pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, thank you. Thanks, everybody, for coming tonight. First item up on the agenda is I'd entertain a motion to approve the agenda as posted and sent to the news media 24 hours prior to the meeting.
So moved.
I'll second.
Proposed by Mr. Hodge, second by Mr. Davies. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Next item is the council workshop report from Monday. That is available online. I won't read it through because we'll be here a while. So if anybody like to take a look at that, it is available on the website. Next item up is the public comment. I wonder if there's any public comment this evening. Hearing none, well, going once. All right, so we'll move on. Next item is the public hearings. We have none tonight. The old business, we have none of that as well. So we'll move on to our new business. This is a request for the Hampton Dumont School District for the closure of First Street Southwest and from Highway 3 to First Avenue Southwest during the community tailgate on Thursday, September 26th. I think we've got Mr. Vosberg here.
Yep.
Thank you.
So, hi everyone, my name is Isaac Vosberg. I'm a senior class representative here at HD Cal. And I was just here to discuss, like you said, the closure of First Street Southwest from Highway 3 to First Avenue Southwest. Basically what we're looking at is because of all the construction that's happening at the high school right now, the place where we typically do our tailgate for homecoming, that space is completely unusable. I mean, that parking lot doesn't exist anymore. And so for this year at least, we were looking at renting out Bandshell Park. And then with that, wondering about those street closures. One, just to be able to keep kids safe, not having any traffic running through there. And then two, in case we have any vendors, if we're cooking burgers or if we end up having Sky Cone or Kona Ice out there, right, it'd be a nice place just to not have to worry about cars going through. So that's basically all I've got for you guys.
All right. Anybody ask questions for Mr. Vosberg? Sounds like it's going to be closed from around 4:30 p.m. to 8 o'clock p.m. that day, just to keep everybody kind of contained.
Yeah.
Are the chocolate crackers playing again?
I am not sure. If we could book them, maybe.
Maybe this is such a good idea. This year, they ought to have the homecoming parade start at the high school and come to the bandshell.
Like it used to.
Yeah, I
It
know.
used to.
That's the way that I'd done it. I missed this last year. I did
Well,
an
it rained
exchange
out
program.
because there was a mist in there.
So no, but as a member of the band and student council, I can definitely float that.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
Well, I think it's a great idea.
Yep, fantastic.
I agree.
All right. So we don't have any further questions. I would entertain a motion to approve the request
I would
to,
move we approve that request.
Second.
motion by Mr. Davies, second by Mr. Palmer. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We're good to go. Thank you.
Hey, thanks, Isaac.
I've got a meeting for at high school right now, so I've got to go. But thank you.
It
guys.
was good to see you.
Thank you.
All right, next item, newest business is recognized our August 2022-24 image of prize. Now, we've already actually
Approved it.
decided to put the sign up, but we do have a certificate here. Do you have anything on that, Ron? or
Just
we're just
to recognize Brad Schmidt for 108 3rd Street
I guess
Northwest.
you're Brad.
We'll have a
All right.
photo op, Brad. A picture of you with the mayor presenting this to you. There's the certificate and then some chamber bucks from First Bank Hampton that go along with it.
All right.
Congratulations. 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
Thank you very much, appreciate it.
Congratulations. Good job on how you're doing it.
All right, next item up is, we have a considering the Planning and Zoning Commission applications. We got to fill a vacancy for the remaining of the term ending December 31st, 2026. It was vacated by Jesse by Mullenbeck. Mr. Nunt.
Yeah, so we advertised for applications. We've received one application. We've been advertising and publishing for quite some time. So we've got one application from Lance Studer, and Lance is here. I don't know if he wants to say anything or.
I mean, I just, due to the whole experience, but I do know, like, I want to be helpful to the community, and I feel like if I apply some of the things that I have used, or some of the things that I've learned over the last 3 years of business, if I try to apply that to try to help make better decisions, I'm just trying to help, so.
Well,
I don't know how else to
we
put it.
appreciate you stepping up to
Yeah.
doing that. Any questions for Mr. Studer?
Well, Appreciate you.
Yeah,
coming
thank
forward,
you
That's for
for-
sure.
If not, we would entertain a motion to appoint Lance Stuber, I'm gonna get your name, Studer, to the vacancy for the remainder of the term ending December, yeah. 12/31/26.
So moved.
So I got a motion by Mr. Hodge, second by Mr. Blandford, is that correct?
Yes.
Yep.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
No opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.
Thanks, Lance.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Lance.
You're sworn in, now you'll be sworn at.
That works.
You're not kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Now, moving on, the next item, Mr. Bill Hittle from the Chamber of Commerce here to discuss the fundraising raffle for the band shells benches.
Good evening, Mayor, Council. Just kind of a quick update from Monday. After I walked out Monday, I did get an email back saying the T-Mobile grant I applied for the benches, out of the 500, we did not make the cut of 25 that they picked. So I kind of went back to the drawing board, and Jeff Spears contacted me and asked me about doing a 50-50 raffle for a cause here in town, and the first thing that popped in my mind was the band shell benches that I knew I wasn't getting a grant for. So him and I talked, and before he pulled it and decided to talk with somebody else on it, the chamber is going to do a 50-50 raffle where some of the proceeds will go to the chamber, and then I will do a donation to the city on half of the proceeds that the chamber receives to the city for the benches, to start that fund and get that going. There is 2 other grants I am applying for the benches, but this will be a good start, hopefully. Jeff picked the idea up at a different car show that he was at. They made some good money off of it. And so we will be having a 50-50 raffle where some of the proceeds go to the benches, some of the proceeds go to the chamber, and then somebody from the car show is going to walk out with some money. So I just wanted to kind of inform the council of what was going on and see if you have any questions on it.
Any questions for Mr. Hittle at this time?
Sounds good.
Nope, sounds good to us.
Okay.
All right, so
Thank you.
then
Thank
with
you.
that, I would entertain a motion to approve the foundation fundraising raffle for the fan shell benches.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Mr. Blanford, second by Mr. Palmer. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Thank you, Bill. Next item, we have the approval of claims. So I'd entertain a motion to approve the claims as submitted and SPASH by staff in the amount of $145,363.94.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Ms. Griefy, second by Mr. Blanford. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. All right. Next item, we have a resolution 2024. This is establishing the housing steering committee that we spoke about on Monday night and committing to the $10,000 local match. Mr. Dunt.
Thank you, Mayor. Yeah, this is a Rural Housing Assessment Grant Program, provides funding for housing assessment data collection and the ISU Extension and Outreach Rural Housing Assessment Readiness Workshop. Funds may be used to fulfill that process at the discretion of the grant recipient, but must contribute to the completion of the housing assessment report, workshop, or implementation of the workshop outcomes within the contract period. And two things this resolution does: it commits the city that it agrees to the local match of $10,000. The grant is for $20,000. And then also establishes a housing steering committee that is required in order to go through the process of the workshop portion of this. Any questions? Okay, thank
Hearing
you.
none. We would entertain a motion to approve resolution 2024-24.
So moved.
I'll
Motion by
second.
Ms. Graffey,
I'll second.
second by Mr. Davies. This will be a roll call vote. Mr. Palmer,
Aye.
Ms. Graffey,
Aye.
Mr. Blanford,
Aye.
Mr. Hodge,
Aye.
Mr. Davies.
Aye.
And Mr. Lamos is absent. So the resolution is approved. Thank you. Next, we have Resolution 2024-25. This is for approving the renewal of the employment agreement between the City of Hampton and Mark Morrison as police chief. Mr. Dunt.
Thank you, Mayor. This is a resolution approving employment agreement between the city and Hampton Police Chief Mark Morrison. The City of Hampton has negotiated certain terms and conditions of renewed employment agreement with Mark Morrison, and whereas it is in the best interest of the city that said employment agreement should be approved by this council of the City of Hampton, Iowa. There is attached here too an employment agreement, including base salary details and other terms of employment, which are hereby approved and ratified by the City Council of the City of Hampton, Iowa. Mark Morrison is hereby reappointed police chief effective September 27th, 2024. Mayor and clerk are hereby authorized to and directed to execute said employment agreement on behalf of the City of Hampton. The employment agreement shall be in full force and effective from and after its execution by all parties. So this employment agreement, the term of it shall begin September 27th, although it's being approved on August 22nd. But Mark's current contract runs through September 26th, so this will take effect the next day on September 27th. So this is a 3-year contract. The annual base salary starting September 27th, 2024 is $90,850. And then September 27th, 2025, base salary $97,663.75. And the 3rd year of the contract commencing September 27th, 2026, Annual base salary, $102,546.93. And other than the dates of the term, there were no other changes to that agreement. Any questions? Thank you.
Any questions, council? All right,
I move we approve Resolution 2024-25.
all right. Thank you motion by Mr. Davies, second by Mr. Hodge. This is a roll, this will also be a roll call vote. Ms. Greepy,
Aye.
Mr. Palmer,
Aye.
Mr. Blanford,
Aye.
Mr. Davies,
Aye.
Mr. Hodge,
Aye.
and note that Mr. Lamos is absent. The resolution is passed. Thank you. Next, we have this consent event agenda. This would be approving the previous minutes as drafted from the Thursday, August 8th, 2024 regular session. Schedule the next regular session to first Thursday, September 5th, 2024 at 6 o'clock at the City Council Chambers. I got it. And there will be no workshop held on Monday, September 9th, and no regular session will be held it's Thursday of September 12th. So I had to get a motion and a second to approve that.
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Greefy,
I'll second.
second by Mr. Blanford. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Moving down to our staff reports. Chief Morrison.
I was just going to give you a little bit of an update on nuisance properties since last meeting. Property owned by Mariana Palma, located at 4 7th Avenue Northeast, had a nuisance that consisted of miscellaneous construction material and junk. We received an order to clean that up, so we will get that lined up with Doug Tarr. We also had a property owned by John Whitcraft, located at 221 3rd Street Northeast. We received a court order to clean it up, if not cleaned up by today. That nuisance consisted of junk and vehicles. And then we had a property owned by Patricia Cook, located at 304 1st Avenue Southeast. Court was today. The nuisance consists of an inoperable tractor that had been moved today. So that one has been taken care of. Officers and deputies spent Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday all day teaching CRAZE training, which is the active shooter training to all students and staff at Hampton, Dumont, Cal, and West Fork. Officers also did walkthroughs of all the schools to familiarize themselves with the new changes in secure entrances. Officers attended power line safety class last Monday at 6 p.m. at the LEC. I met with the county attorney and we spoke about new school absentee and truancy rules and what our responsibilities as a police department is in that matter. And the last thing, I'd just like to thank you for renewing my contract. I've enjoyed working with city officials and the community over the past 2 years, and I look forward to continuing that partnership for the foreseeable future. So if there's questions.
Any questions?
Yeah,
Mr.
I am
Palmer?
curious about the truancy rules and because some kids just don't want to go to school no matter what.
Right. So the governor just set a bunch of new rules in place. We're all kind of learning those and what responsibility the school has, what responsibility the police department has, and the county attorney has.
And the parent?
And the parent.
Oh, okay.
So it's all based on percent. So 10% of the school year, if you miss so many days, which is about 9 days percent-wise, then they get a letter. It goes certified to the parents and to the county attorney. Then if they hit 15%, they call it a there's a group of people to meet together and come up with a plan, and there's expectations. And then legally, it starts going into effect at 20%. So that's when the rules, fines, or jail can come into place.
Interesting.
But I can send out those, an updated thing. I have a printout.
Has, in the past, have you had that problem of 20% or more?
I think since COVID started, it has progressively gotten worse. Probably peaked at COVID, and now we're hoping to turn it around the other direction.
Is this something that, let's say the parents don't participate in a meeting? I mean, that's something where the parents could be arrested?
Yes, they can be
potentially, or-
arrested, charged, and jailed, and fined.
Okay.
There is some recourse for a parent, like, say the child's 15 years old and they can't physically get them to school. There is some recourse for the parent there, but
Thank you.
How old is the limit?
I have to double check what it is under the new rules, but it was 17, but I'm not sure if that changed.
Okay.
All right. Any other questions for Chief Morrison? Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Mr. Tarr is absent this evening, so we'll move over to Mr. Dunt.
Thank you, Mayor. The Iowa Rural Housing Assessment Grant application, I'm looking at having that completed early next week, and we'll get that submitted next week. I attended court today, district court today, with the city attorney on a 657A hearing. The property owner, which we were seeking owner or title to, is incarcerated. So the attorney thought that she'd be out of jail by now, and she wasn't. So we had to have it continued. So that hearing will be held at a future date, unknown right now. So these are the kinds of delays we run into. So that's all I have, unless anybody has any questions.
Just had one from the other night with the dog stuff. The dog license goes from the time you license it for a year until it needs to be licensed again. Does the city send out letters on those?
I don't think so, no.
Okay.
No.
Could the city send out letters on those? I mean, if Buffy passes away in that year, then they're just gonna throw the letter away. But, I mean,
Yeah.
otherwise, we're kind of not.
Or the dog owner could put it in their phone calendar,
Could, yeah, I don't, but yeah, could.
but I guess we could add it to the
that
list of
owner
things
thing.
for the staff to do.
Yeah, that's-
Maybe send an email.
Yeah,
I
if
mean,
they-
why?
Yeah, if they
go
got an
through
email
a
address. they
Paper,
put
I
it.
mean,
Yeah,
I'm
that
not-
way you're not having to waste a
Or
stamp.
text, I mean, I know it's still, somebody's
If-
gotta have
if
to
we
do
have
that,
their
but
email
yeah,
address, yeah.
Okay, that'd just be like a blank form to fill out.
ask for it.
Yeah.
Anything else? We good?
Good. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Sort of council reports. Mr. Hodge, we'll go this way tonight.
Well, I don't know if this is really a report. I would just like to see the engineers of the pharmacy building and Sally Sandville's building, let's get this thing over with and get this water leak stopped somehow. I mean, one side's blaming the other side's blaming the other, and I'm tired of it.
I think we need some rain to help us.
Pardon me?
I think we need having some rain too to help us.
Well, I
See if there
think
is
it's
an
getting
issue.
to the point where people's health could be affected, you
Right,
know,
right.
with this mold business.
Yep. All right, thank you. Screefy.
Well, since our last city council meeting, Ritz Boutique and I joined forces, and we had a great event at the Windsor Theater, Faith in Four Letter Words. We were sold out. It was wonderful. The following week, I hosted Nathan and Clay. He was a recipient for an Iowa Arts Council grant. He bought pottery wheels that he traveled around and brought that to rural communities like ours. This is his second time up here. I attended a chamber meeting, I attended a promotions committee chamber meeting, and I continue to water those flower baskets.
But they're looking good.
Their time's about done.
All right,
All right.
thank you. Mr. Palmer?
Couple things. I had a lot of people email me or write me or message me on Facebook about the dog situation, the dog meeting we had, and thought it was some good steps forward, and they would do some research as well as I talked to the chief about him doing a little bit of research. So I think that's good. I was glad that I believe Ron sent pictures of the diggers at Memorial Park, and those seats are fixed. Hope they got maybe a couple extra ones in case somebody decides to go up and ruin those. But anyway, I know a lot of people, are demanding we do a lot of things, and just some of this takes time, and we're not making excuses for it, but some of it takes time. I mean, we have only a certain amount of fellows that work for the city and a couple of gals that can, get out to the cemetery and cut down a huge tree. I mean, that takes more than just a leaf blower and complaining on the internet. And so we've got to get, those things organized as well. So somebody said something a lot about the dogs, and I said, well, as you could hear the other night when Doug spoke, we had a laundry list of properties that we're working on right now. I mean, not that the dog licenses aren't important, but, people want this town cleaned up too. And so I think we're making extreme headway on that right now. And I really am so proud of Doug and Mark that are kind of doing that. And I'm also proud of some of the folks in Hampton who, once they get a letter, are taking it seriously. That now there's going to be some meat behind this, and if you don't, then it looks like it's going to be about $155, and you're going to have to clean it up anyway. So might as well clean it up on the first end of it instead of the back end of it. So I think we're making headway, and that's the property cleanup is the majority of the things that when I ran, people wanted from me. So we're making headway there. I'm glad. So that's all I've got.
All right, thank you. Mr. Blanford?
Well, it's just school starting tomorrow, so everybody be patient out there for everyone, and make sure you're watching for the children at the crosswalks and stuff. Crosswalks look good. They had the guys go around and paint them here a while back, and they're looking good. So just be patient for those kids crossing the road. So thank you.
All right, thank you. Mr. Davies?
I attended the library board meeting yesterday, and Dale Shermer was elected the new president, and I just wanted to thank Wendy Lamos for her service as president for the past, I'm not sure how long, but it's been more than 1 year at least, I think. She's been involved.
Who was elected, Jim?
Dale Shermer is the new president of the board. Just a reminder for people, the car show is this Sunday. Want to thank Bill for the 50/50 raffle opportunity that he's putting together, and then I want to thank Jeff and Tracy Spear. I think they're sort of the spearheading that project, and it should be, if it's like last year, it's going to be tremendous, and especially think it's cool the awards that Jeff is making for that too, to hand those out. Upcoming meeting, the Friends of the Cemetery are having a meeting on Tuesday, August 27th at 5:30 at the Methodist Church Library, if anyone would like to attend that. The Main Street Iowa annual visit is Wednesday, August 28th, and I guess that's sort of an evaluation time for them. I'll be participating in that. I think, Ron, you also are in that too. And then finally, I've been writing a column in the paper, Code Council, and this next week, I'm going to be writing it on important animal laws, and we're going to focus on dogs, and I want to thank Pat for all the information you had at the workshop, and then Mark Morrison has put together a very nice, detailed listing of parts of our ordinances, and I'm going to include that in there. Again, thanks, Pat, and thanks, Mark, for that. So that's all I have.
All right, thank you. Well, for the mayor report, you guys have already hit two of those. One of them is school starts tomorrow. There's going to be kids out. There's going to be buses. There's going to be increased traffic. So let's again, like Kevin said, let's be patient. Let's get our kids to school safe, because I'm pretty sure they can't wait to get in that and get out of there on Friday so quick. So, but it's good to hear them. Good to see them going back to school. Next item is the car show coming up. The weather's going to start warming up a little bit, I think, Saturday, but the way it looks like we could have another big crowd up there. So hopefully we bring in a lot of people and have a good time. And the only other thing I want to add is thank you to everybody, you guys, the council, for your patience as I progress through I was discharged from my speech therapy today. Sometimes it doesn't sound like maybe I should be, but I got all the tools. It's just time to start using them every day and just start getting better and better and better. And I feel great, and I appreciate everybody's patience with getting me back in here and moving again. So that's all I got. So with that, I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second by Mr. Bill, motion by Mr. Hodge, second by Mr. Palmer. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Nobody wants to stay? Okay, motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you, Ron.
I want to stay here.
Good job, Steve.
Good job.
Thank you.